One of their opponents, Cleveland St. Ignatius, plays tomorrow in the Division I state championship game, so they're used to this kind of pressure.
They've matched up against a lot of good football players. Nothing that they have experienced today will surprise them, and all the hype around the game is nothing new to these athletes, so something new. Now we'll just have to see how the Redmen, react to this. They've been able to move the ball so far, and they shouldn't panic.
Fostoria's had several close encounters during the season, so a 7-0 deficit in the first period is not something to be concerned about too much. Andy Penkauskas bounces it downfield. Aaron Hampton will field it at the 12-yard line. Looking for his wall. He's out over the 20. He's got room and finally is tripped up by Brian Brown, who might have saved a touchdown.
Brown made the play. At least he would have saved it for another 20-yard gain on that play. Got some great athletes on this Redman team. When they get their hands on the ball, they can do a lot of things.
Aaron Hampton very close to breaking a big one. Fostoria with good field position. Out at their own 37-yard line, they send Llewellyn and Brandon Hobbs as split receivers to the left of Derek Kidwell. The option to Macbeth. He's got a wall. Macbeth cuts outside to the 47. Very close to a first down.
That same simple option play, and they're spreading Joe's out and just running it. They've got two good players, and the quarterback they have to stop, and then they just pitch it back. Broken field run as soon as he gets the ball.
Bruce Leidy, the defensive end, it's his job to make the quarterback pitch the ball. He did a good job there, but Macbeth had a wall of blockers. He picks up 10. Could be the final play of the first period. Macbeth again into St. Joe's territory. Run down by Bill Spleet at the 48-yard line as we have come to the conclusion of the first period. And what a good 12 minutes of football we have seen already. After one period of play here at Ohio Stadium in Columbus, the Cleveland St. Joe's Vikings 7, the Fostoria Redmen nothing. We'll be back with more of the Division II championship game right after this.
I'm done. Why subject yourself to the last-minute shopping crunch? Just stop in any Musicland, Sam Goody, or Suncoast Motion Picture Company, pick up great gifts, and actually be done shopping. Like these spectacular sports videos. Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me. Dazzling dunks and basketball bloopers. Magic Johnson, Put Magic in Your Game. Or Monday Night Madness, the very best of Monday Night Football, all from CBS Fox. Or call our toll-free phone order service. Just drop in, pick it up, and be done shopping. Done shopping.
High school football. Every kid that ever played in a game had the dream of becoming a professional. Some continue to chase that dream, but for most, high school is the big league, where scoring the winning touchdown becomes the memory of a lifetime. Experience the pageantry and excitement as Sports Channel presents the State High School Football Championships. Watch as these kids put the pride of their schools on the line. See exclusive coverage of Division IV Finals, Monday, November 27th at 9, only on Sports Channel. Coming off their best season in NBA history, the Cleveland Cavs are in the spotlight, and Sports Channel's got them. From opening night tip-off, Sports Channel brings you 35 home and away games, plus the playoffs. Watch Lenny Wilkins and the Cavs as they match up with some of the toughest competition in the NBA. Wednesday, November 29th, the Cavs take on the Philadelphia 76ers, live at 7:30 on Sports Channel. Cleveland Crunch returns the Major Indoor Soccer League to Ohio, and Sports Channel has all the action. From opening kickoff to the final shot on goal, Sports Channel brings you the explosive play of forward head coach Kai Hoskevy, along with MISL veterans Dennis Mepham, Bernie James, Mike Sweeney, Benny Doggle, Hector Marinaro, Charlie Green, and the #1 college draft pick Simon Keith. Hear the roar of the crowd as the Cleveland Crunch take the field. Friday, December 1st, the Baltimore Blast take on the Crunch, live at 8 on Sports Channel.
Welcome back to Ohio Stadium. The St. Joe's Vikings, after one period of football, leading it by a 7-0 count. Fostoria has it 2nd and 5 at the St. Joe's 48-yard line. Macbeth cutting back. First down.
Or close to it.
Bruce Leidy on the stop for St. Joe's. Now as they spot the ball, he may not have picked up the first down.
It's going to be probably a little short.
Third down and no more than a foot for Dick Kidwell's Fostoria Redmond. Kidwell has won 114 ball games in his 14 years at Fostoria. Third and short. They again go with the twin receivers to the right of the left-hander Kidwell. He'll sneak it himself for about 4 yards. Of course, when your quarterback's 6'4", 220, the quarterback sneaks a pretty good play.
I was going to say, of all the players on the field, he looks like the biggest guy out there, and he's got to be a factor all day. Running that option, they're going to have to make him pitch the ball because he can turn up and beat you with those 4 or 5 yards.
He's 6'4", 220 pounds, and he's just a sophomore. Hobbs and Llewellyn split right. Option, Macbeth, 35-yard line, just shy of the 35. Bill Spleet and Mark Bellaragno make the stop for St. Joe's.
The defensive end for St. Joe's, number 55, is going to have to make the quarterback wait a little bit longer to pitch that ball. They're getting it back to Macbeth too quickly. He's going to have to play off that quarterback and give some time for some of that pursuit to get into play.
2nd and 6. Macbeth in motion to the left of Kidwell, and they want to get him the ball, but it goes nowhere. Scott Petch with a good play. Kidwell had trouble pulling the trigger.
It looked like Macbeth didn't look for the ball early enough, and Tidwell was ready to throw the ball 2 or 3 times. He had to pump, and by then all the pursuit from the inside is going to make the play. As you can see right here, he's pumps, and the 3rd time, that's too long on that type of a play. He's got no blocking out there.
They're just trying to get him the ball in the flat, and Scott
broken
Petch
field run.
Did a nice job for St. Joe's to come up with it.
Well, this is going to be an eagle right here.
Yep, they just
coming
ran
off
a
the
guy out
sideline
from the bench. And the dive play to the fullback, Hernandez. He picks up the 1st down. Wow, they got a late substitution. Mike Llewellyn to come out as the split end, and I think the referee or the official on this side held the flag because St. Joe's reacted enough to see the new player.
Well, he definitely grabbed into his pocket. There's no doubt about that. And as you can see on this carry, it looked like he got hurt a little bit, and he's down on the field right now. Looks a little bit suspect, like one of the ankles or something. I hope it's not too bad. A big game like this, you wait all year to play in a state championship game, and you're ready to play, and you want to finish it. But Fostoria again splitting Joe's out with the wide receivers, and that seems to be effective in running the ball inside. Let's go down the field to Paul. Paul?
Well, we got a couple of Fostoria Redmond fans here today. Sir, your name?
I'm Gary Barrier.
Billy Ray.
How long did it take you to get all that paint on today?
What?
Take you to get that paint on?
Probably all day.
Well, you can see even the Redmond fans are wearing the war paint. They're ready.
All right, Paul, thanks very much. They're still attending to Brian Hernandez down on the field. Important sequence, obviously, for Fostoria. As we are going to pause here for the moment, we'll come back and we'll get Gary Danielson's thoughts on the Fostoria situation. 7-0, St. Joe's leading. So let's pause for this word.
Turn on Sports Channel any night of the week for exciting sports action.
It's over center. The pass to Chelios. Picked off. Gilmore cutting him on one. He scores!
Witness excitement on ice with more than 50 NHL regular season games, plus unprecedented coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
It's a race, and Ismail is gone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Follow the Notre Dame tradition with a full slate of Fighting Irish sports featuring top-ranked football and basketball. Climb into the ring every week with the Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour. It's a knockout. Tune in to Sports Nightly for up-to-the-minute scores, highlights, and news before and after every event. And there's more, including the National Federation High School Game of the Week, daily thoroughbred racing, the Boston Marathon, professional tennis, top college basketball action, and international amateur events. Turn on Sports Channel for exciting sports.
Brian Hernandez hobbling a little bit, but walking off under his own power. That's a good sign for Fostoria. I'm sure they'd like to get Brian back because he's a two-way player at fullback and linebacker.
They might have to put a quick tape job on him, but I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that kid out of the game.
You see the emotion displayed by Brian. He wants to be back. He knows it's certain, though, a little bit, too. 1st and 10, Fostoria, just inside the St. Joe's 30. Play action by Kidwell. Macbeth with a nice grab. Cuts outside. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Oh, boy, what a catch. Very nice job by Tidwell. He looked for his 2 receivers downfield and then dropped it. Checkoff back down to Macbeth, and Macbeth made it happen from there. This kid's a great broken field runner.
Fostoria responding to the St. Joe's touchdown, marched right down the field, and their big guy, Casey Macbeth, gets the touchdown.
As you can see, Tidwell looks downfield a couple times and then drops it off very smartly, a one-handed catch by him. And then once he gets around the first wave of pursuit, he's gone. He's into the secondary, and you're not going to tackle him when he's got a 2-way go here. He makes 2 more people miss. Points into the end zone. We got a tie ball game.
John Pusovat added the extra point, and with 9:25 to play here in the first half, Fostoria has tied the ball game at 7-7. Casey Macbeth is being recruited by the likes of Michigan, Nebraska, Tennessee. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, that's enough of a calling card right there. He probably could go to anywhere he wants to in the country if he wrote 1 letter himself, but he doesn't need to. So this is a football team that can respond at any time.
Let's go back down to the field. Paul Cox has an update on the injury to Brian Hernandez.
Right, Jack, we just talked to trainer John Kinsman. Brian Hernandez, a slight knee problem. They're going to put some tape on it. He'll be back in.
All right, so Brian Hernandez will return. I'm sure buoyed a little bit by the touchdown scored from his offensive teammates.
Well, both teams are very well prepared for this football game. The Fostoria Redmen seem to be able to pull out a lot of different plays to move the ball offensively. A very strong offensive football team. And St. Joe's has been able, oh, here's a high pick, almost better fair catch it.
I don't think Pusovat playing that intentionally. It was a heck of a catch by one of the offensive linemen for St. Joe's. Number 53, Bill Mangialuzzi, came up with that football. That was a free ball.
It was, that's the type, here's the replay on it. Looked like it was 57.
57 rather than 53 for St. Joe's that came up with the football. That's John C., who's the defensive tackle. On first down, not much going for Steve Clark.
Well, that's the 3rd time in a row the Vikings have used that on-balance attack, and let's see if they come out and spread them out here a little bit more and try to keep them a little more off balance. And it looks like the Redmen have reacted and adjusted to it.
We'll try and get a shot of it if we can after one of these plays. The defensive huddle alignment of Fostoria is unlike anything I've ever seen before. 2nd down, Miller on the option. We'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yeah, same on-balance line, same play that went for the touchdown, but the Redmen are ready for it. It looks like this huddle was taught to them by the band, the way they're spread out across the field right here.
They line up in a straight line facing the sidelines. That's the St. Joe's huddle. The Fostoria huddle lines up in a straight line facing the sidelines. Their coaches to get the signal from the sidelines, and then they break into their defensive setup. Rather unusual. 3rd down and a long 7. Stevers goes out wide right, a 1-back set behind Tony Miller. Woodfolk in motion. And Miller has fumbled the football, and Fostoria recovers. Lee Flinders was the guy who put the hit on Tony Miller, and the football was recovered by number 62 for the Redmen, Brian Riedling.
Well, it was a blitz from the outside. Joe's did not have enough people to pick up that blitz. Somebody was missed assignment. Either a lineman didn't pull out to take it because there just wasn't enough people over there.